Today's topic is not something you will find on a channel dedicated to filmmaking. Hear me out. Filmmakers usually use shotgun mics to capture audio on set. Those do a great job at rejecting noise, but they still can sound echoey in an untreated room because the mic's end is not close to the speaker's mouth. We don't want the shotgun mic to be in the frame, otherwise it defeats the whole purpose of even having one. Now, when you need to do a voiceover, ideally you need a vocal booth with a large condenser microphone that is going to pick every frequency your voice has perfectly. But what do you do if you do not really want to buy two quality mics and treat your whole room or build a vocal booth? The answer is well known. You need a dynamic microphone, and those, just by their nature, are going to severely reduce any sound that is fired from the mic. So what you need to do is simply be as close to the mic as possible, and it's going to sound great even in untreated spaces. Now, because all mics of high quality use GoXLR to transfer the signal, we need some kind of audio interface to be able to transform the voice into a digital signal. And if your mic is gain hungry, like my Shure SM7B, then you need an interface with a very good preamp to be able to provide that much gain for the mic. Otherwise, you'd have to buy this weird-looking thing that is going to add approximately 25 dBs of clean gain to make it easier on a preamp. But every audio should be post-processed, right? There is no mic out there that is not going to benefit from quality post-processing. And ideally that post-processing should happen in the hardware rather than software, because that will save you some time and the quality is going to be better this way. It's all kinda getting complicated, isn't it? Because the things that you're able to do that post-processing with usually look like this, which is kinda intimidating. But what if I told you that there is a mixer that was designed for streamers that will do all of those things and more while being quite cheap? Welcome GoXLR Mini. Yes, Mini, not its older brother. But why? The original, more expensive option should be superior, right? Well, in terms of processing the audio signal, the advantages are the more bands of EQ and the de-esser. Not a lot, right? There are a lot of things if you want to fool around on your stream, of course, but this video is not about streaming, so why would you need those things anyway? Besides, even in streaming, they get old incredibly fast. Now, what can this thing do? It will take your mic's signal, get it to a powerful preamp that is capable of producing up to 72 dBs of gain, put post-processing on it like gate, EQ, compression, and also it allows you to control the volume of different sound sources independently. And all of that is for $250. Ain't that sweet? I know that some of you who know a lot about sound are going to say that it's garbage. There is a dedicated interface or a mixer that is going to do a better job for cheaper. But I do not care, and here is why. The first is that if that mixer is really cheaper, I bet not by a lot, because those things typically ain't cheap. And second, I want to plug it in and not care about it. I almost broke my freaking brain trying to learn how to do proper sound processing, listening to those minuscule EQ changes, and I'm done with it. So if you're feeling the same way, then it's a great option. The device works only with its software, but it's not a drawback, because we're going to use it anyway. You have an ability to hook up a dynamic or a condenser microphone. And a quick note to those who already have in possession Shure SM7B and a Cloud Lifter or Fathead or a C Dynamite like I do. You do remember that this thing requires phantom power to work, right? For everyone else, choosing the dynamic will be the right option for the Shure SM7B, considering the preamps in this thing are really surprisingly good. Once you determine your mic level, you can move to your post-processing. And although there is no de-esser in this thing, you can easily EQ those S's out. This thing has got physical faders, but they do not move on their own like an original GoXLR. But that's not a problem at all. The quality is still good. And if you change your profile that has different volume level, it's not going to just jump to physical position of the fader. It's going to show you that level and will be reattached to the fader once you move to a new position. That great feature is probably going to save your hearing at some point. The original GoXLR has little windows above faders displaying what audio source is being routed right now. This one has words written above, which is not going to restrict you in any way. You still can, for example, route audio level to any of the faders. It's got 4 faders, 4 buttons below each fader to mute the corresponding audio channel, a cough button if you need to cough or sneeze during a stream, because, as I said before, this device is streamer oriented, and it also got a bleep button, which is not bad as long as it is not overused. The software allows you to customize your device to some extent. You can choose the color of the device itself, as well as the faders and all of the buttons independently. You can also save all of your settings. Before, people had issues with saving their profiles, some settings just didn't want to be saved. Now it's all fixed, although you cannot save mic presets. Typically it's not a problem because people usually use only one mic, but for some it's a bummer. You can also determine which signal is going to be streamed and heard by everyone, and which one is going to be heard by you only. By the way, this whole time I was using my shotgun mic to record audio. And this is, for comparison, how sounds my Shure SM7B combined with GoXLR Mini with post-processing applied inside the device itself. Although this device is advertised as a streaming device, I really think that it's a perfect choice for voiceover also. The sound is awesome, the features are cool, and the price is not high. For streamers, it's a must. For those who want to record voiceovers, think about it. It's a great option no matter what mic you have. Thank you for watching. Bye.